Yo, what up, world? Welcome back to another beat making video. Today we're going to be doing a Selena Gomez style track, and this track is influenced by her new song Lose You to Love Me. Not really a direct remake, but as you'll hear in a second, it's clearly influenced by it. I kind of have like the same chord progression going on. It is in a different key, but the progression is the same. And what's so unique about this track is that there's no percussive elements in it, and that's like super rare for like a hit radio song by a huge artist to not have like any drums or percussive elements in it. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and the song is so well written and really well recorded. Like everything just sounds so huge in it. So yeah, it's kind of like my little take of that song. I added my own little flair to it, and so I'll just play it and we'll talk about it for a bit. Yeah, I do apologize for that crackling in some sections of this song. I noticed that my RAM is super low up here. I'm not really sure why. I usually don't have that problem. I think because I had so many different contacts open, just trying to get the right sound design, and so that might be it. But yeah, I apologize for that. It was really bad in this first chorus here. Let me try playing it again, just a little lower. Okay, that was a little better. But yeah, so we'll just quickly talk about what's going on here. So there's two main chord progressions in this track. There's the verse, and then there's the pre-chorus slash chorus, which uses the same progression. So in the verse, let me just solo this. We have a G. This is not the verse. Okay, yeah. So we have a D to an E minor to a B minor, and then we kind of have a little turnaround here, A chord, and that sounds like this. So we got the D, E minor, B minor, and then A. And that's in contact. The patch is just called soft piano, and I have a little low pass on that. And then same thing here in Alicia's keys. It's the same progression, but this is kind of more of a realistic piano, so I just threw that in there, layered it up, and I have it strummed like a real piano would be played. And that together with the Nexus, that sounds like this. So yeah, that's played throughout the entire verse, and the verse I do believe is more than 8 bars long. I'm not totally sure, but I think it's longer than that. There's like a little 4-bar intro as well. I'm referring to the actual song. So the pre-chorus, the progression changes a bit. We have a G to a D to an A, and then back to a D, and I just have an F sharp in the bass for the D, and that sounds like this. So once again, that's the pre-chorus, and same thing with Alicia Keys. Same chord progression, same idea as the verse, just layered it up, strummed it up, have it's a little more realistic sounding. I'll solo this. So this is Alicia Keys on its own. And that, of course, is in Contact. Okay, so that's basically the piano. Only other thing here is for the chorus, I come in with a grand piano, and I have that piano is up 1 octave and also has like this little ear candy stuff right over here, this E to D. Yeah, in the original track, it sounds like that could be layered with like a bell sound, but I'm not totally sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the pianos, and then we can move on to like the textures. So I'll just keep that soloed. So I have this one texture in Omnisphere, and it's just called Dreamy Acoustic, and then another in Nexus, and that's just called Chill Zone, and that should be panned. So that's pretty low in the mix. So that's just there for ambience and texture. And that's being played more or less throughout the entire track. And in the verses, I also have like this little, I don't even know what you would call it, this little sound effect, I guess. And that's just adding. That's just adding more texture to the song. Okay, moving on to the chorus, we introduce a few new elements. We have this string section in Nexus, just a tape string with a low pass on that, and that's pretty low in the mix. And then this was kind of my own little, I guess my own little touch, you can say. I added this Excel. It's called like, what was it called? Start Your Engine. So this is kind of like I wanted some kind of rhythmic element in it, so I went with this, and that just sounds like I thought it sounded kind of cool. It's nowhere in the original track at all, but it's just my little touch to it, and it comes in with the pre-chorus. So let me play the pre-chorus into the chorus again. Yeah, it just gives a little more bounce. If I went further into mixing, well, I really didn't mix this at all too much, just some panning and leveling. and some EQ, but I probably would sidechain it to the pianos just a very little bit, just to give it just a little some bounce to it. And I do have this filter for the pre-chorus. Once the pre-chorus kicks in, the filter immediately opens, and that looks like this. Oh, because I have shit muted. There you go. Yeah, so that's a tip. When you have stuff soloed, it'll also mute the automation. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so yeah, and then in the second part of the song, the second verse, it totally changes up. It goes into this like cello section, and I have it in contact, and it's a pizzicato, which basically just means like it's plucking, like it's just a quick pluck. It's not like any sustain or anything. And let me just solo that for you. And you also notice that the chords are in double time. So it's the same chord progression, just played at double the speed, basically. And on the record, it sounds like it's going up and down an octave. Something like that. But I'll just leave it like this for now. And then I just have this reverse ride cymbal. So let's listen to that second verse one more time with all the elements in it, all the instruments. Yeah, and that's about it. I think do I even have it on? Yeah, I just have a little 808 kick on every hit on the chorus, just to add that little punch to the chord progression. Yeah, that's about it. So it's kind of like my take of Lose You to Love Me. Really great song. If you haven't heard it yet, definitely check out the original. It's much better than this. But yeah, thanks for watching. And if you like this type of content, definitely subscribe. I try to put out a few beat making videos a week. And if there's an artist you want to hear me do next, or if there's a song you kind of want to hear recreated or whatever, just let me know in the comments below. Peace.